Hey YouTube, remember when I told you I was going to make that video about depression? Well, this is it. Depression, wait, I'm going to sit more comfortably because like that isn't very comfortable. And neither is this, but no. Okay, depression, you have several different kinds of depression. You have the high one, which is like suicidal kind of depression. You have the mild one, which is you don't really notice it much. And then you have one that I've got, and that is where your emotions are just so complicated that you don't know how to put this in words. Like, you don't know how to understand them, so you get confused, and when you're confused you get angry, and then when you get angry you get sad and you cry, and you do it all over again. It's kind of like a circle. And depression people take as a joke. They don't take it seriously, which they should, because it kills just as many people as illnesses does, because it makes people go insane and it loses who that person was. I know I'm making this video actually really late. It's like 20 to 4 in the morning, only because I don't sleep much anymore. Depression does that. It takes like the tiredness away, and kind of makes you just stay alarmed, I guess. And you don't eat much either. You don't drink as much. You don't really do much of anything, because doing things just make you feel exhausted, or they will get you frustrated, and when you're frustrated you'll get angry, and you don't want to go through that. It's not something worth doing. Depression, when people make jokes of it, I think it's their way of dealing with it. Like, some people who have depression take it as a joke. It's only because that's their way of dealing with it. My way is medication, because mine's gone way too far now. Mine needs medication. But before it was just crying all the time. I was constantly crying, and that kind of pushed a lot of things away. I pushed people away, and some would stay and some would run. I guess that's just the way life works, I guess. But depression, it's not a nice thing to have. People just think it's when you feel sad you're depressed. It's not. It's an illness. It's an actual problem, and people should be helping this. I know people dealing with like cancer and all of that, and I'm not saying they're not important, but depression has been around for a long time. There's actually a period called the Depression time. So I think depression is a bit in the like scales that they should fix. And there's like these drugs called like antidepressants, which they gave me, which was supposed to be for older than 18-year-olds, which I can understand, because when I took them, I was like a zombie. I'd sleep all the time. I'd be up for like 20 minutes. I wouldn't eat, and I wouldn't even hear what anyone else was saying, because I was just out of the zone. And they don't work. Antidepressants, they kind of numb the depression. it doesn't fix it, it just makes it numb. But I know more illnesses are important, of course they are. Loads of every illness is important, a cold is even important. But depression, it's like they're not even trying to fix it. They think just going to therapy or just going to a mental facility that it's going to fix it. It's not going to fix it. It even makes it worse or it numbs it. But it never goes away. And people need to fix that. Depression is not, like I said, it's not a nice thing to have. And people who go through it will probably understand where I come from. When you're depressed, you kind of want to do nothing, and that can come off as lazy or cowardly or selfish, and I get called that a lot by my family members actually. It's not cowardly or selfish or lazy. It's just because the depression kind of like takes away the energy that you have to do things. Like I don't go out much anymore, and I went to a shopping centre a few weeks ago, a different one from Primark, and because I had depression and I was locking myself in my bedroom because it was like my safe zone. When I went there, I didn't recognise any of the shops because they had all been updated and all been changed. And I felt like I hadn't been there in years, which was actually true. I haven't been there for like 2 years. I didn't realise how much time was gone because of the depression. And sorry if I start crying. I don't talk much about my problems. Anxiety is usually caused by either someone dying around you or something bad that happened. But when I was 12, I don't remember much when I was 12, but I don't remember anything proper bad happening. The only thing I can think of that would have affected me was my sister's engagement, but I don't think I don't think it was in 2012. Was it? I have no idea. That is so bad. I need to ask her. I think it was in that year. But I think that would have been the only change in my life. I didn't move houses, I didn't like switch schools, I didn't get a new boyfriend, I didn't get dumped, nothing changed in my life. I just suddenly woke up with depression, and I'm still trying to figure out how I got it. But my mum's side of the family has had depression in their life, so I think I got the short straw on that end of the family. I think I got the worst of that part. I think I got just a genetic depression, I guess. I don't know if they exist, but my cousin has depression, my mum has depression, and I have depression, so it does run through the family. So I guess that's how we got it. So if I keep turning on, doing something on my computer. But with other people, it's not the same. Everyone has depression different ways, and everyone deals with it in certain ways. And some people become like alcoholics or drug people because of depression, because they don't want to like deal with the pain, so they take it away. But that just leads to more pain, because afterwards you can't remember what happened and you're stuck with a blur, and depression hates that. It kind of attacks that part of your memory. But then there's some people who can't deal with the pain anymore and can't deal with the suffering and ends up killing themselves. And some people see that as cowardly. It's not. It's not cowardly. I'm sorry for whoever disagrees with me. It's not. I've tried. I've even tried to kill myself at one point because it was too much. I've been doing this for 3 years. I've been suffering from depression for like 3 years now, and sorry if I keep on like itching my nose. I have a real bad itch in my nose. Anyway, I've been doing this for 3 years now, and yeah, there are some times where you think when you're asleep you don't feel any pain. So if I died, I wouldn't feel anything. I would be fine. I'd be free. And yes, I still sometimes think that that's the best option, to kill myself. Some people think it's wrong. Yeah, it is wrong in some ways. But for people who suffer from this, it's sometimes their only option. And people say it's not, you can get help, No, you can't, not always. Some people can, but the people who don't want the help, who actually want to kill themselves and feel free, or just to feel free, they will eventually kill themselves if they don't have anything else to fight for. Like right now, I'm trying to find things to fight for. So right now, YouTube's the thing I'm doing, because that's my thing to fight for. Like every day I make a video because I need something to keep me holding on. At one point it was boyfriends or girlfriends. And then it would be when my brother needed help, it would be him I would hold on to. But I'd lose people like that. I'd end up losing people I loved because I'd hold on to them so tight that they would feel kind of overwhelmed, I guess, by me. But when you have nothing that makes you happy, when you find the slightest thing that makes you happy, you do hold on to it. And right now, even if no one's watching these videos, YouTube's the thing that's making me happy, and it's kind of making me fight a little bit more. It's like it makes me want to study more. It makes me want to eventually go back to school. I might not because I hate it, but yeah, YouTube is giving me hope. And so is YouTubers like Tyler Oakley, Dad's Not On Fire, Amazing Phil, PJ, Crabsticks, all those people. They're giving me hope because I see their YouTube channels and I see how happy they are, and I think I was like that at one point. Why can't I get to that part again? So I try to be happy, but depression, because I've been doing it for so long, my depression's kind of gone higher, and so my depression is stronger. So it's not just as easy as just walking outside and smiling every day. It's now the fact of waking up. Because every time I wake up automatically depressed and wanting to go back to sleep just so I don't have to feel the pain. Because it's not just mental pain, that makes me sound crazy, but it's not just like in your head. Some people get physically, I get it physically, I get like stomach pains, I get nauseous, headaches, I've got one right now, but like you get all these pains and you assume you're sick, you assume you have flu or you have a problem with your back or your head, you assume you've got the worst. But at the end of the day it's not. And then you've got some people who believe that it's all in their head, and there's some people who don't. I don't want to believe that it's in my head, because it makes me feel like I'm crazy, and I don't want to feel crazy. I don't. So I try and find things that kind of like, if I sneeze, I'd say, oh, I've got hay fever, and I would just automatically blame everything on that. I blame it all on a sneeze. It could be nothing, literally could be just allergies, but, or if I got the flu, I blame everything I have on the flu. Not on depression, not on anxiety, it'll be on the flu. Only because I need something to blame it on. Something, good cough there. Something physical, it's not in your head. I don't believe that it's all in your mind, that it's me who's making myself suffering. It's because I won't force myself to feel like sick or something. But if I say, like, right now, if I say my stomach hurts, my brain will like do this weird like switch, and then 10 minutes later my stomach will actually hurt. Even though it didn't, if I say my stomach will hurt, 10 minutes later it will hurt. So in 10 minutes my stomach's going to hurt really badly. So I just told you that, and I'm going to feel really sick, and it's already like nearly 4 in the morning. What is it? Yeah, like 10 to 4. So I'm going to finish this video now because I have to get to sleep if I can. But you shouldn't mock people who have these problems. My camera just moved. Because it's not an easy process. It's not just something that fixes overnight. It's not. People think depression is just like being sad. It's not. It's a lot more than that. And I used to cut myself. I don't have any scars because I didn't do them deep enough. It was too much pain. But I did. I used to cut myself when I was 12 to the early ages of 13, because it was like it's kind of like a distraction. But you shouldn't cut yourself. It's pretty painful. It actually makes it worse. And if you feel sad, if you don't want to see a psychologist or a therapist or be in a rehab centre or whatever you want to call it, or get help, try and find something to hold on to. Anything. Don't go the way most people go, which usually ends up with killing yourself or going so crazy that you don't even remember what day it is. And so far I'm on the edge of both of them. Hopefully I will get better. Hopefully this depression will go. But I know a lot of YouTubers have suffered from depression, and it's, like I said, it's not nice to have. You kind of, you want to block everyone out, you do, and people who have depression and are watching this, I know you want to block everyone out, but try and keep some people in, even if you don't want to. Just anyone, even if you hate them, you have to have someone in your life, because I pushed everyone out, and now I feel alone all the time, and it's not nice. It's not nice to feel alone. So yeah, this isn't like a funny video or anything like that. This is a serious video about depression, because I think not everyone understands it, and people who don't understand it should get it. And it's kind of just like, it's pain. It's like a living hell, and no one should suffer from it. I wouldn't even give it to my worst enemy, and she deserves it. Like, for what she's done to my brother, she deserves it, but I wouldn't even give it to her if I could. I wouldn't, because firstly, I'm a very nice person, and secondly, it's a cruel thing. And where I live is Spain's very judgmental, I guess you could say. I'm sorry if you live in Spain, but they can be kind of like racist, and they judge about everything. And when I announced to my teachers in school that I had depression and that I had to leave school because of depression and all the other illnesses I had, my teachers kind of told every like student, and they made fun of me. It's, it, it wasn't nice, because I already was in enough pain. I didn't need people insulting me for something I didn't even want. Like, if I had a choice, I would not have all these pains, and I would be working in for a restaurant as a waitress or something, and getting more money to get to London. But I can't, and I'm stuck here right now, which is fine. I'm trying, and people who know others that have depression, don't push them. Not like literally, don't like literally push them, but like metaphorically as well. Don't like try and rush the process. It doesn't work. It makes them want to not do it. It actually puts them off. Because my parents think by saying, oh, why don't you do this, or why don't you do that, they think it's helping. It's not, because it puts me off, and it just makes me think, well, if you're gonna want me to do it, why should I do it? And that's just anger in me talking, which I didn't really know I had, because I've never been like a very angry person. I've always been quite. Well, I've always been serious, but I've never been like. I'm going down. I've never been kind of like. I've never really like snapped at someone. The only time I've snapped at someone was when they insulted my family, because I take family like quite personally, and like my family is my everything right now, and they're the only thing I have left. Even if we're all separated, like my sister's moved to Sheffield, my brother barely talks to me. My mum and dad are separated, so they're going to live in different houses. My mum might even go back to England. Even though my whole family is kind of like splitting up, I still like keep them with me, because it's the only thing I have right now. I don't have anything but this, like YouTube and my family. And if I lost one of them, I would probably be very, very annoyed. And like I said, I'm already on the edge. All I need is a push or a tap. Even a tap would probably knock me over, and I'll be gone. So I do try and fight every day for my life, even though I don't want it. Like, I know people like who are dying from like cancer or old age or something want to live longer, and sure, live longer. If you can't, I'm sorry for that, but there are some people who don't want that, who don't want to live a full life, who want to die young, and I've never been someone who wanted to grow old. And I mean like wrinkly old, not like 24. I mean like, I've never wanted the responsibilities that come up when you turn 16, even though I'm like 16 in like a few months. yeah, like in February, I'll be 16. And it scares me. I think that's what is causing a lot of this anxiety. I'm scared of the responsibilities that come when you become 16. Because when you're 16, my dad's talking about jobs and career life and all that, and what I want to do right now is think about movies and vampires and like werewolves and stuff like that. And boys and girls. I don't want to think about jobs. I don't want to think about kids or marriage or anything like that. I don't even know if I want any of that yet. I said to my mum, like, if the person I end up staying with the rest of my life wants kids, then yeah, I'll have them. But if he doesn't, then I won't have kids, because it's not something I do love kids. It's not something, I don't hate them. I love kids. I have a 7-month nephew. But it's not something that I'm begging to have, I guess. It's just like a thing that I might or might not want. I haven't really made up my mind, but because everyone's giving me like all these responsibilities, like I left school for few reasons. I'm going to tell you one of them. One of them was because this year I would have had to have made the decision of what I wanted to study, and I have no clue. Like, how do people make this decision of what they want to study for the rest, what they want to do for the rest of their life? Do they want to be a lawyer, a doctor, a waitress, a hairdresser, a scientist, I don't know, a cowboy? How do you make that decision? I'm proud of whoever can make those decisions, because it makes them so brave to like bring on all those responsibilities, and I can't do that. And I've always thought of myself as a very strong person, and so has most people. Most people have always seen me as quite a strong person, and I can't even handle the responsibilities that come at the age of 16. That doesn't make me strong, but it doesn't make me weak either. It just makes me scared, and that's not weakness. It's not. Just it's just life. But my mum keeps on saying you won't even notice it, but I am noticing it, and I am getting scared. I'm going to finish this video because it's like nearly half an hour long. It's a very long video. So like, yeah, just don't judge people when they say they're depressed or if they have depression, because it's not something you take lightly, and it's not something that's just an easy fix. It's not. And whoever is suffering from it, I'm so sorry that you have gotten this problem. It's not nice. Trust me, I'm going through it. But just put a smile on your face, even if it's a fake one. Just put on a smile. Laugh at pathetic jokes and try. Just always try. That's all I can say. Just try. So subscribe, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. Everyone shut off. Everyone shut off.